Hi, welcome to Numerology. Vedakara Numerology. It used to be called monthly or weekly numerology with Sunia, but I record kind of more infrequently now, not as consistently right now. But I do the monthly updates, and this month we have an 11/13. So many of you heard me talk about the 13. I've posted and written a lot about it, and I like to talk about that number because it really has to do with the heart chakra and opening into the heart chakra, which, in my opinion, is what this kind of consciousness and evolution of humanity, essentially as a yogi, is. That's what we're looking to do. Embracing, holding, and experiencing life more in the heart chakra and balancing the other chakras. This isn't a chakra workshop, so another workshop for another time, but I do want to express some of the 13, right? The 1 and the 3 become 4, and 4 is the number of the heart chakra. So when you pass through those I want to say feelings, experiences of, say, betrayal, deception, manipulation, people's hidden agendas, it's kind of a very dark energy. And when you're able to move through that and break through those illusions that were keeping you held in that place, right, you come into the heart chakra, or essentially you have the opportunity to move into the heart chakra. And a big one for that is acceptance and detachment. So in order to detach fully from like the hooks of that 13 kind of dark energy, you have to look inside yourself and accept that, first of all, it's happening, and then you can see your choices and feel your feelings, because it usually doesn't feel good, and then you're able to move on, have more detachment, and be able to make your choices. So I'm mentioning all this again because we are in a 13 month, an 11/13 month, and 11 is the number of divinity, but not only divinity or the light or the universe or God or whatever your experience of your higher self is, but it's the relationship you have, right? So it's 2 1s, the 11, but we don't really add them together, but we acknowledge that there's you and there's divinity, and that relationship like helps you kind of transmute or alchemize any of these feelings that may come up this month. And it may come up rather quickly because there's an eclipse on March 3rd, and that eclipse, I'm going to do another video in a couple days, is the numerology for that is pretty radical, and it is the number of kindness and forgiveness. And kindness and forgiveness, which I'll talk more about in a couple days, but essentially it's for you. You want to be really kind and really gentle, because this eclipse could be pulling up deeper, hidden, darker truths where you're like, wait, actually this relationship or this situation isn't actually built on integrity, right? I'm not aligned with it anymore. And, you know, that might be kind of painful to see. It might be painful to know what to do. And just know you don't have to do anything except take care of yourself. The answers will be revealed if you go deeper into self-love and know how to protect yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to end a situation or a relationship. It doesn't mean that it's over. Maybe it just, you need to take some space from it. There's many, many different choices, but the fact that you have awareness and then you can accept it and go through that process, the action or even like the non-action will be revealed. I had a client come come to me a couple days ago, and she was talking about her hypervigilance, and she had the awareness of where that came from you know, her past, and she had experienced some abuse and some and so she was observing how she was playing it out in the future and in the present. And so she had the awareness, the deeper truth came through, like to where it came from. And now she's like, I'm going to work on it in the present. And her action essentially is like non-action. Because what she does in hypervigilance, she starts like wanting to manage and control everybody else so that they're safe and then that she feels safe. And that's sort of impossible, right? So her action is actually non-action, to just allow that to move through without attaching and wanting to go into the behavior, right? And know that this feels uncomfortable, and we've felt uncomfortable a lot last year. I also wrote about, like, just briefly, like, the timelines are merging this month. Okay, so we do have that 10-8 universal frequency that we've been experiencing, and so moving forward has felt more fluid and easier, and like just sort of like the future is kind of here, and I'm just participating in it, and then we're kind of going back to the 9-7 frequency, which is a lot of like completion, letting go, resolution, and this month there's going to be a lot of that because of this eclipse. But know that that 9-7 frequency is going to complete in April, right? Kind of as most of the planets start to find their position, like we'll be more in position, and not that the growth ever really stops, but it won't feel as dramatic as it's felt probably for the last, like, you know, good 18 months or so. So just, it's going to be a really powerful month. You want to kind of like augur in to kind of holding both timelines, and that's good practice to be like, I'm not attached to the future, I'm not attached to the past. I can move through these things simultaneously, and therefore we're becoming lighter and more fluid as evolutionary human beings with consciousness. So I'm excited because actually we can really make a quantum leap, and it takes some courage once you kind of figure out your next growth steps. But I'm excited for all of us, and please, like, anything that happens, please reach out and let me know, because I'm always curious how you're experiencing the energy and this magical mystical journey that we're on called life. So I'll be with you in a couple days. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon.